Hi there. My name is Kat Caruso. I'm an integrative health practitioner and health coach, and NES Bioenergetic consultant and practitioner as well. I am coming to you today from Bali, Indonesia. It is June 2023. And I am here today very happy to introduce you to NES Health and to the Bioenergetic WellNES System, or the BWS. I've had a lot of people asking me about NES and what this beautiful, innovative technology, the BWS, is all about. So I thought I would pop on here today and just provide a way for people to find out more. It's hard to encapsulate in a quick little 1 to 2 minute conversation with somebody. So I will be able to provide this link to folks like you who want to learn more. Of course, if you have more questions, please do reach out to me. I'll provide some information to contact me, and let's just get going. So I'm going to pop on here and share my screen, and then you will be able to see what this is all about. So NES Health is the company that started about 30 years ago with two founders, Harry Massey and Peter Fraser, two people who wanted to bring a way for people to heal on a source level. A lot of alternative medicine practitioners are looking at the root cause. This takes it one step further, and this is really looking at what I like to call the source of the issue. We are looking at what's called the bioenergetics, the study and correction of information. From that, the whole premise of NES and the Bioenergetic WellNES System is that bioenergetics are the master control system that provides the information for everything that goes on within the physical body, physically, biologically, physiologically, chemically, nutritionally, etc. Okay, so everything that we think of as health is really controlled by the bioenergetics and this master control system. What they did with this is they came up with a way through quantum physics, way over my head, to provide a visual snapshot of what is going on within the energetic body. And when we see those imbalances in the bioenergetics, in the bio field, in the body field, some interchangeable words there, then we know that these imbalances are creating symptoms within the physical body. So the idea is that when we can see this and when we know what these imbalances are, we can provide tools to balance those things, which then provide health and wellness and vitality at the source level. So the Bioenergetic WellNES System is three parts: the scan and the tools, which are the infoceuticals, liquid remedies, these guys, and then the MiHealth Device. Infoceuticals correct the information. The MiHealth Device helps to restore and rejuvenate the body and the bioenergetic field. And there's also personalized meditations that really help to support shifts within the metaphysical, emotional body and aspect. And then the fifth element is looking at all the lifestyle factors that can be protected and supported through some really great habits and lifestyle choices. So that's NES and the Bioenergetic WellNES System in a nutshell. Okay, I know it's a lot to kind of wrap your head around. So I wanted to share my screen here so that you can see my NES Health website. This provides some more information about how the system works and the products. I talked about the infoceuticals and the MiHealth Device. My little Zoom toolbar got in the way here. By doing the scan, we can then see the scan results, which provides that picture of where all of the imbalances are. The voice scan is very easy to do. You can do it from home. Once you have created an account, you're looking at my account right now. There's a scan icon here, so you just would click on that, and then you'll see the BWS voice scan button here. So you would click on that. And then it takes about 10 seconds. I'll play this for you quickly.
BWS voice scan button. Make sure to sit in a quiet place so external noises do not interfere with the recording. Once you are ready, click the record button. Give your browser permission to use the microphone when you are asked. Once the timer on the screen starts, you will need to count from 1 to 10. The audio will be processed automatically once the counter hits 10. That's it. You are done with your scan.
Yeah, so that's it. That literally is how quickly you can do your voice scan just by clicking on this little button here. I'm going to show you the scan that I did, those results. So after you do that voice scan, we just watched the little clip about how to do the voice scan. It captures the frequency, and in lightning fast time, it matches all these different markers that we're looking at now here. And just so you know, it's not woo-woo crazy alternative out there, unreliable, all of those sorts of things that people might say 10 seconds of a voice thing. What? That doesn't make any sense. But it's using the same sort of foundational technology that MRIs and EKGs use, for instance. Those are very commonly used. They're valid, reliable, and they are commonly prescribed by doctors in the Western world, right? And so I just want to make sure that you understand that this is utilizing the same technology as those machines, but there's a different end goal here. The MRIs are looking at one thing, EKGs are looking at another, and then the BWS system is looking at the bioenergetic, which is why the results are different and can be utilized in a different way, looking at the source of imbalances within the system so that we can really get to the bottom of our health and wellness journeys. Okay, so with that little caveat and understanding, let's proceed. There's all of these different areas that the scan captures. It's just like if you were to provide blood to your health practitioner and looked at a lab review. It has all these different categories and the different markers underneath that the lab tested for, right? And it will give areas that need support by looking at it from a quantitative perspective. So like if your blood for cholesterol falls within these parameters, then you need to work on your cholesterol, etc. In the instance here, we're looking at a qualitative measurement at the scan priority from low to high. So the low is just like these little blips, not much going on here. The yellows start getting a little bigger, the orange, and then the purples are these big blips where we really need to pay attention and where we really need to focus our attention. So these are all the different areas that are tested for, and then the specific markers underneath. On this last page, it's the recommendations page. So out of all of the things that the scan may say need some attention, it provides a very clear picture of the top 5 things that need support right now that will move you most efficiently and effectively toward your health and vitality. And again, this is like peeling back layers of the onion, right? So you do one scan and it will provide these results. You do another scan and it'll provide other results. And you start peeling back these layers to meet your goal of whatever that might be for you individually. The MiHealth functions, again, refer to the MiHealth device. So these are the top functions that will support you here. So if I wanted to put these into a cycle and have them on my MiHealth device, I just hook up my device and then download the cycle, and then it provides that for me so that I can run my customized cycle once or twice a day as I do. So I'll show you here by turning it on. It's a little hard to see, but you have these little tiny folders, and within each folder you have all of these different settings that do different things and support health and wellness on different levels. And then you've got this little head here, a different sort of icon, and that's my cycle. So it just cycles through each of these settings for 2 minutes. And then those are these settings here, these functions that are listed here. So the top functions to support me. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it on right now. So as I talk, I'm receiving all of the pulse electromagnetic frequencies into the bioenergetic field, which is helping to support and rejuvenate my system. There's also the personalized meditation. I mentioned that earlier. So that is something that I utilize as well and offer to clients to use once or twice a day to support all of the emotional and metaphysical shifts that are asking for some support and shifting. If we come back here, we're back to the kind of square one and looking at the energy source, which looks at how much energy you have available. So how much chi is there? This is a purple, so there's a lot of support needed here. When I click on this, there's what's called a help file. You see the word day here. So this help file is all about what this marker means and offers suggestions for how to work with it and how to improve it, bring it back into balance. Here, it's asking some questions. How can I maximize my exposure to natural daylight? This is interesting because I did this scan on a day when I had been outside for about 10 hours. One of the things that this is looking at, again, is imbalance and balance. So that day, I probably was outside too much. We look at these markers in ways that create a story and create a conversation, a way to look more deeply into what might be going on. Okay, so the energy source page is about kind of the raw energy, like how much energy are we dealing with here? The energy strength page, the ED stands for energetic driver, starts to look at how are we storing it and utilizing it. The energy flow page has to do with how that energy is flowing throughout the different channels and where it's getting blocked up. The mind body page starts looking at trauma imprints that are held within the tissues and particularly in different areas of the brain and how that can imply different sorts of emotional and some mind body metaphysical issues that also pertain to the health of the organism, the body in and of itself. We know these days through tons of research that, in fact, trauma, stress, that all of these things is actually stored in the tissues or in the organ systems, and that they can really impede our health and wellness journeys. So by clearing out these trauma imprints, we can really start experiencing health and wellness on a much larger scale. The energetic immunity page starts looking at the immune system and imbalances there. The stars are like a very deep network of different markers within the bioenergetic field. The energy rejuvenation screen starts coming back here to the MiHealth device and pinpoints these things and gives more, again, explanations about these different markers in these help files and where to position the MiHealth device at the different areas of the body. The environment, tons of information here about what might be impacting your health and wellness through environmental things, solvents, toxic metals, different chemicals, agriculture, food, mold, and radiation. Nutrition, same thing. We start looking at the balances and imbalances within the nutrition fields. Food sensitivity is a great one to utilize so that you can start looking at foods that might be indicated in not feeling so great. Lentils for me, not so good. So that's a way to work with your diet very, very specifically. And then this life journey, and this is what I'll call the metaphysical personal growth department, lives. It gives you 9 different frameworks from which to look at the personal growth aspect of your health and wellness. Life purpose, hero's journey is Joseph Campbell's work. Archetypes is looking at like the kind of the personalities that we draw from when we're in different phases, seasons, or circumstances of life, and how we can bring those back into balance. Beliefs, the core beliefs that we grew up with, that we learned, that we are still holding as true, that can be cleared out so that we can experience more abundance and more health in our lives. Emotions, the same thing. Transformations, looking at the chakras. Unconscious patterns is Carl Jung's work. And then the creative cycle is a map that is specific to NES and some of the other aspects that we find here under the energy strength page. So it's a ton of information. The BWS, the Bioenergetic WellNES System, is amazing. I've had clients recover from brain fog within 2 days of starting their pharmaceuticals. Another client, 3 weeks into taking her first round of pharmaceuticals, went from pooping 1 day a week to pooping 5 days a week, from hardly being able to finish her workday to finishing her workday and creating beautiful meals for herself and her partner. And then the third major thing for this particular client was she went from sleeping really crappy and waking up throughout the night, every night, to just being shocked and amazed that she was sleeping every night through the night and solid 8 hours. Other people report some emotional, energetic stuff happening with family systems, relationships with their mom, relationships with their kids, some really big shifts from that perspective. And others talking about things like I don't know for sure. There's nothing super specific about what I've noticed, but I just noticed that I have more resilience. I have more emotional capacity. I have less stress. I just feel like I move through my day more easily and more fluidly, and things just kind of rolling off my back without getting stuck or frustrated with things, being able to just feel like I just have more energy throughout the course of the day. So kind of a whole spectrum of ways in which NES really impacts people's lives. It's really kind of cool to watch and witness. I know for me, having been on a really gnarly health journey for a lot of my life, and then very, very strongly from the ages of 40 to 45, people who saw me during that time, during the days when I could barely walk up a set of stairs without the help of my ex-husband, and see me now traveling the world, vibrant and healthy, and doing all of the things that I hoped I would do again one day. They'll ask me the question, what happened? How did you get to this place again? I will always say that it is the energetic and emotional work that I've done. I did not have NES at the time that I went through my health journey. I cobbled together all of the things myself, having been in the wellness field for my entire adult life. I had a lot of modalities at my disposal, but health provides such a beautiful way of bringing all of that together right here into one platform, looking at it from all the different levels, all the different aspects. NES, it's looking at the source, it's looking at the bioenergetics, but then also working with the physical body and all of the ways in which you can use NES to look at the lifestyle choices and the habits and everything that you're doing to really support the physical body in and of itself. It's a really beautiful system. If it resonates for you, if you're curious to find out more, please do reach out. I'll provide a couple of links and some information for you. I hope you have a beautiful, lovely day. Sending a lot of love your way. Aloha.